Hey guys, it's Tiffany. So just a quick reminder again, I am doing my internship at the family courthouse. And I'm finally able, after a long busy day, to sit down and get this video recorded. So I figured this week I'd talk a little bit about career goals. It wasn't something I had necessarily thought so much about. Of course, I know I want to be a social worker, but where and doing what is something I haven't really thought about. I was approached the other day, actually, at my internship by the director of the juvenile drug program, which is a diversionary program for juveniles that have caught some kind of drug charge and or are also truant in school. So I was briefly talking to him about a case, and he asked me basically what it is I want to do and what brought me there. And I actually had a hard time answering his question, and I felt pretty silly with not having an answer to give him as to what I wanted to do. And after talking with him and saying to myself, I'm not really sure where I want to end up or what I want to do as a social worker. It really brought this it really brought it to light for me that it's something that I think I should really start to think about. I actually always thought I wanted to be a social worker for the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. But it wasn't until working at my job as a case manager with Family Service that I realized that might not be the case anymore. So I worked in a supervised visitation program, which meant I also worked hand in hand with DCYF social workers. And it just seemed over time, after working alongside them, that it just seemed to be very negative. I had an extremely hard time on certain cases just agreeing with their beliefs and thoughts and what they wanted. And it really began to make me question if being in the department was somewhere I actually wanted to be, especially long term. After dealing with that, I began to say to myself, there's got to be something else out there that I will love and be able to work with children as a social worker. In doing my internship at the family courthouse, it's an awesome environment. I love the culture. I could definitely see that being somewhere I would want to be in the future as a social worker. In what department, I'm not necessarily sure. They have the mental health clinic, there's CASA, there's the juvenile program, so I haven't really decided that. But actually, it wasn't until last week when someone here in their video spoke about doing their internship at a school, which really kind of, made the light bulb go off in my head. I had never actually thought about being a school social worker, and after hearing her speak a little bit about it, it's something that I'm definitely now really interested in exploring. Actually, during my field visit, it was something briefly that my field instructor, and Jill spoke about, in that I feel like so much of a school social worker's job is pretty much just to educate. We're educating administration, we're educating teachers on, mental health and trauma and how that could have such detrimental effects on the children that they're teaching each day. So when I heard that, it really sounded like something I'd be interested in. My mom works in a elementary school, so I'm really hoping in September I could maybe go there for like an hour or two and kind of just sit down and talk to her, or follow her around on a day that I have nothing going on, just to kind of get a feel for what her day-to-day looks like. I think it'd be really interesting. And seeing as though I do have background in schools, I was initially going to school to be a teacher. So I do have a little bit of background with that, but I've never actually, was able to see what a school social worker does. So I know that long term I would love to open my own practice, where I could practice play therapy with children who have obviously experienced traumatic events. That would be long term after obtaining my LI, which is my hopes. But in the meantime, I think I'm really just wanting now, especially seeing as how far in we are with our internships already. I'm really just wanting to spend some time to like explore and learn from everyone here in my class, about what they're doing at their internships and, just the different things that are out there where there is a social work role. I think it'll be helpful for me, to kind of clarify or hopefully give me a better idea so the next time someone does ask me what I want to do with my degree, I'll have a better answer and won't feel as silly that I didn't have one for them. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to learning more about everybody's internships and the roles they're taking on, and I hope everybody has a good week. Thanks. Bye-bye.